The National Weather Service on Thursday issued a red flag warning based on the extreme weather forecast.
Climate change is setting California up to face this kind of crescendo of infernos year after year after year. I think it's important to remember, though, that climate change has made a situation that already was bad worse. There are a series of policies that have been implemented in California, as is the case in other parts of the country, that have encouraged people to live, to develop, to build on the edge of nature. California happens to have more of that edge of nature than most other states. And so over the last several decades, more and more people have moved into the areas, just as those areas, scientists tell us, as a result of climate change, are warming and getting drier. And the result is what you're unfortunately seeing today and what you've seen this time the last 2 years as well.
The main task now is to remove anything that could trigger more fires, most importantly, the leftover embers. A number of houses were burnt down on Monday in the upscale Brintown neighborhood in the West LA. After the first fire spread to a large area in a matter of hours, it came very close to houses which are now still under mandatory evacuation order. Several roads, schools and businesses in the area are also remaining closed. Many people are anxious about the safety of their homes.
It's an incredibly difficult problem, and by the way, this is the same sort of problem that is happening in Florida along the coast, in the Carolinas along the coast with flooding, which is to say that as real estate prices rise in urban areas around the United States, people are moving farther and farther from the centers of cities, and they're moving to areas which are literally on nature's edge because the real estate prices are lower.
Others need supply from their homes.
The reality is that no answer is going to solve this problem very quickly. I mean, this state is going to be facing very, very dry conditions, fire-prone conditions likely in future years. Ultimately, the kinds of questions that are going to have to be asked are, should people be living in these areas? If people are going to be living in these areas, who is going to pay the costs of keeping those people safe?
Police, however, are blocking the roads leading into a hazard zone. While most residents are sheltering with relatives and friends for now, not everyone has a place to go. A community center serves as an evacuation center. Although the number of people seeking shelter has diminished since Monday, it will stay open for as long as the evacuation order remains.